I told my fiancé if I see her friend again, I'm calling the cops. My fiancé Emma has this friend named Jess, who's been nothing but trouble since day one. At first I thought she was just one of those girls who gets a little too friendly when she drinks, but it got way worse than that. The first red flag was at Emma's birthday party last year. Jess showed up in this super tight dress and spent the whole night hanging all over me, like literally putting her hands on my chest, whispering stupid stuff in my ear, and even trying to sit on my lap when Emma went to the bathroom. I told Emma about it the next day and she just laughed it off, saying Jess was always touchy when she drank. But then it started happening every single time we hung out. Game nights, barbecues, even at Emma's work Christmas party. Jess would always find some excuse to get close to me or touch me. She'd text me directly asking if I wanted to grab coffee without Emma, and when I'd screenshot it to show Emma, she'd just say Jess was being friendly. The breaking point was 3 weeks ago at Emma's cousin's wedding. I was waiting outside the bathroom when Jess cornered me in this little hallway. She was drunk as usual and started going on about how Emma didn't deserve me and how she could treat me so much better. Then she literally grabbed my face and tried to kiss me. I pushed her away and told her to back off, but she kept saying stuff like, "Come on, you know you want this," and trying to grab at my shirt. That's when Emma walked around the corner and saw us, but instead of seeing me pushing Jess away, all she saw was Jess pressed up against me with her hands on my chest. Emma freaked out and started yelling at me about cheating on her. I tried to explain what really happened, but Jess just stood there smirking like she enjoyed the whole drama. We fought about it for days. Emma kept saying I must have encouraged Jess somehow, or that I secretly liked the attention. No matter how many times I told her Jess was the problem, she wouldn't listen. She even accused me of trying to break up her friendship because I was jealous of their bond or whatever. But then last weekend, something happened that changed everything. Emma went out of town to visit her sister, and I was home alone watching Netflix when someone started pounding on my door at like 11 p.m. I looked through the peephole and it was Jess, completely wasted and crying. She was screaming about how Emma was a terrible friend and how I needed to let her in so we could finally be together. I told her through the door to go home and sleep it off, but she just got louder. She started banging on the door so hard I thought she might break it, yelling stuff like, "I know you want me," and "Stop playing hard to get." My neighbor across the hall opened his door to see what was going on, and Jess turned to him and started saying I was her boyfriend and that I was cheating on her with Emma. That's when I called the cops. When they showed up, Jess was sitting on my doorstep still crying and trying to convince them that I had invited her over and then locked her out. The officers could smell the alcohol on her from like 5 feet away. They asked if I wanted to press charges for harassment and trespassing, and honestly, I was so fed up that I said yes. The whole thing got recorded on my building's security cameras too. The footage showed her pounding on my door for over an hour, and you could hear everything she was screaming. When Emma got back from her trip and I showed her the video, her face went completely white. She finally realized that I'd been telling the truth this whole time about Jess being completely out of line. Emma tried to call Jess to confront her about it, but Jess just doubled down and said I had been leading her on for months. She claimed I'd been texting her behind Emma's back and that the whole door incident was just a misunderstanding. Even with video proof, this girl was still lying through her teeth. That's when I told Emma that if I ever see Jess again, anywhere, I'm calling the cops immediately. I got a restraining order against her, and Emma finally cut her off completely. Jess has been trying to contact Emma through mutual friends, saying I'm controlling and trying to isolate her, but Emma's not having it anymore.